Hello guys, and welcome back to another one with us, the Review Bros, and today we've got an excitable one because it's a naughty word, kind of. Phuct pre-workout. High stimulant pre-workout. Very excited to get into all the usuals. The taste, the price, the label and effects. It looked like a mega stacked one, don't it? I don't know if I've seen one this size in a long time. That's what she said. But for my own entertainment, and because the guys over at Phuct have agreed it, we're going to do a giveaway. Now what you've got to do to enter this giveaway to win a tub of this pre-workout that will be sent directly to you by Phuct themselves. I really hope the algorithm doesn't close this video down. But to enter the giveaway, again, just for my own entertainment and to see how far we can push the algorithms, I want you to comment "Get Phuct" down below on the video, spelt correctly, be nice, and you've got to follow us, Review Bros, on Instagram, and give the guys over at Phuct a follow on Instagram as well. I'll leave all the details down below in a comment pinned just to make it a bit more clear. But yeah, basically follow us, follow them, comment down below, get Phuct, and you're in for a chance to win. And if you are new here to the channel, and I really hope you're not because this is probably very jarring for you, but if you are new here, do give the video a like, please. Hit the sub button, hit the bell icon. So we like to try and get out about 3 reviews a week, but let's get into this big boy. Damn, man.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Look at that colour. That's like straight up beetroot style. So obviously we are into that famous taste and mixability segment where we like to go into excessive pre-workout flavouring details for our own enjoyment. But let's get into this one then. So we've got pina colada flavour. It's not how I was expecting it to look, but that's made me even more entertained by it because, you know, what's going on here? And also comes in green apple and strawberry kiwi. So they all sound quite nice. Pina coladas are generally nice. I think we've had mostly nice ones on the channel. So yeah, hoping for good things. Mixability first though, almost jumped the gun there. So it is a big serving amount. I'm not going to spoil it for you yet. I'm going to make you wait for the label section, but it's a big boy, as you might have gleaned from the size of the tub. So yeah, mixability is probably slightly worse than average, but to be honest with you, it normally is never an issue in terms of when you're actually drinking it. You sort of just give it a little swivel around and neck it, and it's never an issue. And I'm sure a lot of you do it in shakers actually. I'd be interested to know what ratio of you do it in a shaker bottle versus which, you know, how many of you give it a stir in a glass. You know, am I the weirdo for doing it in a glass? I am taking it at home, and I feel like it's less washing up if you do it in a glass. But anyway, I digress. How does it taste? That tastes like... The initial flavour was actually beetroots, believe it or not.
Dwight Schrute, beet farmer.
And we'll figure out why when we get into the label, do not fear. So yeah, beetroots on the front end, pina colada on the back end, makes for a very unique, interesting experience. Give it another sip and I'll give you a flavour. There's no, surprisingly, there's no nastiness to it, no chemicalness, no like dryness, no chalkiness, no anything nasty on the back end. It's actually quite smooth. It goes down very easily. It goes down very easily. I'm definitely noticing beetroot more than pina colada, but I think that's just because that's the first thing you notice. But I think it's really nice. And I get the impression you're gonna be tasting a level of beetroot in every flavour option because it's just something you're gonna taste based on the pre-workout itself. But yeah, it's a good one. I'd be honestly happy to give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. So it's definitely up there. It's up there getting towards, you know, quite enjoyable. So yeah, thumbs up. Let's move on to price. Okay, try not to get too excited, but we are in fact into the price segment and it's going to be a good one. Little spoiler for you. So if you want to pick it up, you'll head over to the official website, phuct.co, which I'll put down below. That didn't mean to rhyme, but it did. Where you can use our discount code REVIEWBROS for 10% off. You can pick this up for... I'm I'm feeling lazy today. $48.59, which translates to £37.94 for the tub. If you want to work it out in servings, it's a big 30 serving tub, so we'll take that as a victory because you don't see many of them around these days, do you? Especially ones that are the size serving amount that this is. That works out as $1.62 per serving or £1.26 per serving. And when you put that on our consistent price scale that measures how expensive pre-workouts are, where a 5 out of 10 is considered to be a bang average price point, this comes in at a 7 out of 10. So it's priced a fair amount better than an average price pre-workout on the market. Now, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but looking at the label, looking at everything we're getting here, it looks like we are, at least on face value, getting a lot better than an average pre-workout. So we could be in for a good one here. Let's move into the label.
Really, a lot of hustle. I liked it.
Okay, label time. So I haven't actually looked at this too much myself, so I'll be going through it with you for the first time as we read through together. So come along with me as I stumble through this long label. So we've got a 31.3 gram serving amount, which is way above average. That's protein scoop level of serving amount. So you're getting a lot of active ingredients for your money here. So, you know, on that alone, you could argue that the price point is very, very good. So anyway, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. So we've got L-citrulline pure at 9 grams, which is a mega dose, a very nice dose. Most people are okay with 4 to 6 grams. Anything over 6 grams and you're absolutely laughing. I've never really seen more than 10 or 11 grams, but 9 grams is definitely on the upper end. You probably wouldn't need much more than that at all to get max benefit out of that ingredient. So that's going to help to bump up nitric oxide levels, widen your veins, increase blood flow, increase pump, increase nutrient delivery. Love to see it. So that's a solid staple ingredient right there. Then we've got beta alanine at 4 grams, again above and beyond. Normally only see about 3.2 grams. So another amino acid that's going to help with your endurance when it builds up in your system and you're taking it for a long enough period of time. It may or may not help you get an extra rep or two here and there by buffering lactic acid and obviously helping with your endurance. But it does also give you that itchy, tingly sensation when it kicks in, which I presume I'll be feeling reasonably soon myself. So yeah, love that ingredient. Then we've got betaine anhydrous at 3 grams, a nice amount there. Normally only see 2 to 2.5 grams, so above and beyond. Jack of all trades ingredient. It's going to help with pumps and power and your athletic performance in the gym. And then we've got the, this is actually a standout thing about this pre-workout right out of the gate. Organic beetroot powder, beta vulgaris at 3 grams. And yes, that's why it does taste very much like beets in the taste segment. And like I said, you'll probably get that in every flavour. So it's very unique. 3 grams is probably the highest dose I've seen, at least in a long time, if not altogether. But that's obviously contains nitrates, which is going to be an instantaneous increase in your nitric oxide retention in your body, which is going to increase pumps and increase nutrient delivery. Again, pairing up with that L-citrulline to deliver some grueling pumps. So very nice, very nice. Then we've got L-taurine at 2 grams, a nice dose again. Normally only see about 1 gram. Another jack of all trades amino. It's going to help with your pumps, your cognition, your energy production within the body, hydration, a bit of everything. Then we've got L-tyrosine at 2 grams again. Normally, again, only see about 1 gram, so above and beyond. Once again, that's going to help with your focus and concentration levels. Another amino, like I say, pairs up with other stimulants very nicely as it increases their effectiveness in terms of more drive, more focus. Then we've got coconut water concentrate at 2 grams. Another nice dose there. That's going to help with your hydration, which is obviously going to play a part in your pumps and contractions in the gym and ultimately your performance. Then we move down to pink Himalayan salt, 750 milligrams, another mega dose. They're not afraid to chuck in the ingredients here, even if they may compromise the taste. But I will say, I don't know why I'm talking about the taste so much, but it tasted good, all in spite of this label. So yeah, nice dose of salt there. Obviously, it's going to help with your electrolyte balancing and again, your contractions and pumps and things like that. Then we've got caffeine anhydrous at 400 milligrams, which is not to be sniffed at, a very solid dose there. That's about 4 cups of instant coffee worth of caffeine, a couple of energy drinks worth. It's probably about 50 to 75 milligrams-ish above the average, I would say. So yeah, it's probably on the absolute upper echelon of what we would consider you could get away with as a daily driver. We do generally draw the line at 400 milligrams because you've got to draw it somewhere. And I know everyone's different, but that's just our opinion. So yeah, it would still just about slip into daily driver realms with that amount of caffeine. So yeah, main stimulant, going to wake you up, get you moving. Let's have it. Then we've got Vasodrive AP, 300 milligrams, very nice dose there. Again, that's going to pair up with the aforementioned pump ingredients to deliver more nitric oxide increase, more blood flow, more pump ultimately. Love it. Then we've got theobromine at 250 milligrams, which is the ingredient again in chocolate that dogs cannot digest. They're allergic to it. Love to drop that fact on people in the label segment, but yeah, why we take it, you might wonder. Well, it helps with blood flow, it helps with mood, it helps with a bit of extra stimulation energy, and it pairs up nicely with caffeine. Then we've got citicoline as cognizin, a registered form, 250 milligrams, nice there. That's a choline donor, so it's going to obviously increase your choline levels in your brain, acetylcholine, which gets depleted heavily through training, so it's nice to get a bump up of that pre-training, so it helps with your focus and concentration as well as your athletic performance. Then we wrap off with rhodiola rosea extract at 200 milligrams, again very nice. That's got anti-stress, anti-anxiety, calming, focus, mood boosting type properties to it, and it will tie in with some of the other nootropics and stimulants in here to create a nice feeling in the gym, and on the ball, on top of things, wakeful, alert sort of vibe, hopefully, we hope to get from this. So yeah, a very nice comprehensive label. They're ticking all the boxes, very stacked. It's dosed above and beyond. I think, at least based on the label, without getting into real world effects, I think they've done a fantastic job keeping the price point where it is to get this level of pre-workout. To be honest with you, it's one of those scenarios where I had to double check that I wasn't doing the maths wrong, because it just seemed too good to be true. So yeah, I'm excited to get down the gym and use this. It will be my first time using it. Obviously, Aaron's used it a couple of times, so I will have a word with him to sort of bounce off each other and come to our final conclusion for the effects. So yeah, guys, yeah, I'll be back in the effects section and I'll let you know if it's worth getting fucked. Okay, let's get down to business. Do we want to fuck around with this shiz? And yes, I am taking up rapping in my spare time. But yeah, what did we think of it in the several times we've used it between us? Well, let's start off like we always do with the beginning. Beta-alanine, it's in there at 4 grams. It kicks in hella strong. Really, really strong, as in you're itching your eyeballs. You cannot wait to get moving. I would say 8, 9 out of 10 on the tingle scale, so up there with the most tingly of pre-workouts. So if you love that feeling, you'll love it. If you don't like that feeling, maybe go a little bit, you know, half a scoop or something, I don't know. It's up to you.
You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
But anyway, the beta-alanine is strong. That comes in 10 minutes after drinking it, and then shortly after you get that hit of the 400 milligrams of caffeine shortly after that, about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then you're ready to rock and roll. Now it's worth noting that it does promise more focus, increased energy, bigger pump. I like that they put more focus, because they're not assuming that you're an unfocused moron without pre-workout.
I'm ready to go in, coach. Just give me a chance.
You're already focused, but you want a bit more. I like it. Increased energy, bigger pump. So yeah, it's quoting all the things we look for. The labels certainly cover all the things we look for, and in reality, it's most definitely covering all the things we look for. So I'll start off with the first thing we cover, and that's energy, stimulation. Obviously the caffeine and the theobromine, I believe, I'll remind myself right now, are the only stimulants in this pre-workout. So with that being said, like I sort of touched on in the label section, it does fall into the realms of being a daily driver. Obviously, if 400 milligrams of caffeine is more on the higher end to you, you've got the option to, you know, knock the serving amount down by a few grams and then edge it a bit down. So I think it's going to be one of those situations where the label is so stacked that you can use it to your own discretion. It's a versatile one. I think a lot of people will get away with half a serving. So obviously that's going to increase the price point. But anyway, I'm digressing now. Let's get back on track with the energy. I would say half an hour kicks in. I would say it lasts about 2 hours, 2.5 hours maximum. There's no crash. It comes down very smoothly on the back end. You still remain focused and feeling good for the remainder of the day, so it's not one of those nasty ones where you crash off and it ruins your day. Obviously with that comes no real appetite suppression, which, you know, could be a positive or a negative depending on whether you're bulking, cutting, etc, etc. But for me personally, it didn't affect my sleep. Like I said, it didn't make me miss meals. It didn't make me jitter. There was just no nastiness associated with it from a stimulation standpoint or any standpoint. And I know it says high stimulant on the side, and you know, I'm sure a lot of you stim junkies probably look at that and laugh and say, that's not high stim for me. But they have to put that on here, I would assume, because for an average Joe, 400 milligram of caffeine, you know, is no slouch. They're still going to be strong for most beginners or even intermediate people. So yeah, I feel like it is justified, although if you are, like I say, been around the pre-workout block, you like the high stimulant ones, you know, the real crazy ones, then you might be like, high stimulant, as if. So yeah, take that with a grain of salt. I would consider it medium stim, or even maybe slightly below medium stim. Definitely in the medium realm anyway, when it concerns stim. So energy's nice, it feels good. Focus, I would say yes, definitely very noticeable, ties in very well to that energy standpoint. It's definitely more of a healthy, focused, switched on, alert, mental pre-workout than a physical energized one. Though you do get some physical energy, of course, it is definitely going more down the focus route. So there is a definite element of feel-good factor on it. Obviously there's no illicit feels associated with it. You don't feel off your head, super euphoric, crazy, anything nutty like that, but you definitely do feel on the ball and productive, switched on, enthusiastic, motivated. So I like that about it. And again, similar to the energy, there's no nastiness associated with the focus side of things as well. And last but not least, definitely not least, are the pumps. Obviously we've got a few, well, more than a few juicy pump ingredients in this formula, and they come through in fruition in the gym as expected. So you do get nasty pumps on this pre-workout, and I would say arguably that's the strongest suit of the product, which is probably what you want in a daily driver anyway, so that's a thumbs up. So I would say pumps are the best, focus just behind, and energy just behind focus, or sitting thereabouts. So yeah, the pumps are nasty, really juicy. You get pumped very quick on this pre-workout, and the pumps do last for a while after training as well. You just feel healthy, you feel on the ball. It's one of those ones that I'd recommend to people that take their training seriously, more towards bodybuilding style training, you know, hypertrophy, and people that just want a pre-workout that's ticking all the boxes, isn't cutting corners, isn't taking any shortcuts, you know, a fully fleshed out, I'm going to make gains and have a good session on this pre-workout type product. So yeah, I would say it is worth fucking with. I don't know if that's just straight up swearing now, but you know what I mean, guys. It's definitely worth looking at. There's no negatives to it whatsoever. You know, no nastiness, like I touched on earlier. Just nothing negative to come of it in my experience. Same for Aaron. Yeah, I really think they've hit the nail on the head with this one. I wouldn't even feel comfortable picking holes in it, because there aren't any. I wouldn't be able to sit here and say, oh, they should do X, Y, Z or tweak this and that, because I just really think that they have done a fantastic job immediately with this pre-workout. As far as I'm aware, they are a new company, or at least this is a new product. So bear that in mind as well. Like, they've done really, really good. Price point, absolutely worth it. In fact, like I said earlier, I don't know how they've got it at such a good price point. 100% recommend that you buy it if you're in the market for this type of pre-workout, aka a daily driver that covers all bases. Yeah, honestly, I'm sitting here racking my mind thinking, you know, what can I say about it in terms of picking holes, but I just cannot. And that is the sign of a good pre-workout. If I can't say anything bad about it, and I have a great gym session on it, and there's no negatives, and it's fantastically priced, and it tastes good, what else do you want at this point from a pre-workout?
What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
What else is there? So yeah, guys, do not forget that giveaway. Like I said, quote, get fucked down below in the comments. Give them a follow on Instagram, Phuct. and I can link that in the comments, that's no problem. And give us a follow on Instagram, which I'd like to hope you already are, but just in case you're not, give us a follow as well. You do all three of those things, you'll be automatically entered in with a chance of winning a tub of this. And like I said, it's definitely worth winning because it is a freaking awesome pre-workout. So yeah guys, I think that is everything. I don't want to waffle on too much more, trying to keep it at least somewhat concise, he says. So yeah, as always guys, stay stimmed and pumped and focused and everything.